Welcome back to part two of this episode of Boneheaded Sports. I've lost count at this point of what episode we're on. So just gonna say it's like 17, maybe. Um, but we're gonna pick up right around where we left off, still talking about NBA. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. We don't have an Instagram, TikTok. And yeah, let's get right back into it. So let's start this part with the Rudy Gobert trade. Um, that was a massive shocker. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's weird. I think it's a weird dynamic they're gonna have now.
It was
Yeah,
just,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
it just caught me off guard.
Yeah, like that's the
But
last place I would have said he would go to.
I was thinking like the Raptors, the Hawks, the
Yeah.
Mavs. It's people that need bigs.
Not someone who already has, in my opinion, a pretty good fucking big.
A
But,
top three center.
yeah, yeah.
But I guess what it seems like their plan is that they put Gobert at the 5 and move
Yeah.
Cat to the 4.
And I think that's
I mean,
gonna help Cat
Cat-
feast.
I was about to say, Cat can be at the 4 and do
Yeah.
pretty fucking well. I don't think Cat's gonna struggle. It's just the
Honest-
fact that it just surprised me that they added
I
another
honestly
big man.
feel like Cat at the 4 would probably benefit him more than him being at the 5.
I agree. I agree
Because
with
I
that.
think that'll fit his playstyle more than being a true center does. And I guess that's what they got Gobert for. And I guess this move was like a win now, kind of, we're ready. Let's go.
Yeah, I look forward to see how the Timberwolves perform this year. But
I mean, they got this roster is really good. They got at least their starting lineup. They got Rudy, Cat, Ant, D'Lo. That's 4 of their 5 starters. They sadly lost Pat Bev in the trade.
it's not sadly, bro.
What do you mean it's not sadly? He was good for that team.
Mid.
Patrick Beverly is one of the most all-talk players I've ever seen in basketball.
Cap, like,
In sports, ever.
They also have Triple J. Wait, no. That's the wrong team.
yeah, no.
My bad. But
I mean,
Do you thi-
depth-wise, I think is where they struggle.
yeah.
Personally,
Do you think they gave up too much for Rudy?
No, I mean, it really kind of gave
Rudy's
these...
kind of a main. He's a big guy
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
them, and I don't mean that literally. I mean that like, as in for their team.
yeah.
I think them getting the defensive aspect that Rudy can provide
Mhm.
is very well needed on the
Yeah.
Wolves.
His defensive presence definitely gonna be a really good thing for them.
Mhm.
And now they can stretch the floor more with Rudy in the paint. It's gonna be really good for them. And he still has like good offensive capability. Like he has averaged 20, which
Mhm.
with good facilitators like Russell and Ant, I feel like he could reach that again.
Well, what's even crazy about that is I don't even think he'll need to be a big offensive facilitator on that team. But
Yeah.
between Cat, Russell, Ant, I mean, like,
I mean, he doesn't need to be, but the scary part is he still could. Like,
yeah. It's
like-
more of just I just don't want him. I don't know. I don't want him sacrificing any of his defensive experience to try to make an extra point.
hmm I mean, I don't think that he's that kind of player, but he gives them the rebounds, he gives them the defensibility. They have to respect his in the paint offense. So
It's just a big team, man. This is
It-
gonna be interesting.
it's a big team. I mean, so are the Cavs. Like the Cavs kind of it's kind of like what the Cavs are trying to do, where they have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, like these 2 really tall bigs, and then you put a bunch of like guards around them, like.
Mhm.
And for the Cavs,
I mean, a double big has worked in the
Yeah.
past too.
Yeah. like
Like, if we're
barring
going back
injuries, the Cavs
decades.
probably would have been like the 6th seed, honestly. Like if Jared Allen didn't get hurt and
Mhm.
like they didn't have at the end, they kind of just a lot of people like Ricky Rubio got hurt, Jared Allen. Like it was just unfortunate. But overall, really like this move for the Wolves. Where do you think
Just give
that this
somebody
puts them
first.
in the West?
I don't know, to be honest.
I mean,
I don't.
I still say easily like a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a
And
middle of
worst,
the road.
Like
yeah,
five
I
or
was
six.
I was
Yeah.
thinking six. I was thinking six in
Yeah.
my head because I don't think they're playing.
If everything
Mm.
goes well, like health wise, I feel like
It's
there'll be
like
a.
what teams realistically are they better
Above.
than?
That's fair. Let me look at all the West teams.
Because I think they're better than I think they're better than the Lakers. I think they're around the same strength as like the Mavs,
I don't know. I mean, adding the Mavs, adding Christian Wood is a
but
pretty
they also
big.
lost their number two in Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
For them.
it's like
I
Jalen Brunson hasn't
mean,
proven himself in the regular season yet.
I
these,
personally still put Mavs above Timberwolves. I'm too much of a Luca.
Yeah,
I
also
mean,
just because the Timberwolves haven't proven anything yet, so right now I'll put the Mavs over.
these are the teams that I think are better than the Wolves right now. The Nuggets, because they're all coming back healthy, so this is barring them staying healthy. The Warriors, the Clippers, the Suns, the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies. So that's six teams right there.
So you put them at
Realistically,
seven?
I put them at the six or seven, and then I really like the I mean, on anything can happen, right? Like the Mavs were the four seed last season. Like
Hmm.
it, like teams cannot do as well as we think they do. Um, and I also like what the Pelicans are doing. I think they're really going to be really good this season. Also fighting for that like 6 to 7 area. Because Zion's back healthy. Brandon Ingram was going off last season. They got a bunch of good rookies. Herb Jones, Jonas Valanciunas is good. Like I think the
Oh
West is
man.
just really tough, and they're kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, actually, I'm
Like
looking in the West right now.
like they're just it's really difficult to see them being higher than a 5 seed.
No, that's why I was thinking six initially, but I'm not opposed to going to seven or even eight.
I think they sit in that 6 to 8 range. Like that's
Yeah.
like if like how the season will work out like we think it will,
Damn,
or
if
how good the
Sacramento makes it, sorry, this is so off topic, but if Sacramento makes it to play-ins, they'll be 10th.
yeah,
It's going to be
yeah,
close, and that's if they make it. I didn't even realize how deep the Western Conference went. Holy shit.
yeah, it goes really deep.
I
Assuming
just
everyone stays healthy, it goes really deep.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to think about just how they're gonna work because I mean you have Cat who like I mean he's one of the best
Hmm.
low post scorers and also shoot really well in mid range.
Cat's in
He's a
Cat's
really
shot.
good.
He's
Really
really
good
dynamic on
3 point.
where he plays, but
He can hit the three too.
he really a lot of his shooting is driving into the paint, playing on the
Yeah.
post, and now you have someone like Gobert who's basically he just stays under the basket. He doesn't move anywhere because he can't do
Yeah.
anything. So now you gotta see how that's gonna affect Cat's shooting numbers because his shooting percentage is gonna go
Yeah.
down just because he's gonna take a lot more shots now. But I think
Hmm.
his numbers are gonna go up. But now you're gonna see
Yeah.
where
But
this.
also Ant's gonna get even better.
I
Yeah,
also think if Cat just perfects his craft on the shot, like,
Yeah.
he
Like
could be
Cat can hit the
deadly.
three.
Yeah, I know. That's what's wild.
He can hit any shot basically, which is crazy for a big, but he can do it. Um,
I mean, I don't even know if a lot of the power forwards in the league right now would know how to do perimeter D like
I
that
think
aren't like big names.
the only people in the West at least that could probably give him a run for his money are people like actually I have no idea to be
LeBron.
honest.
I mean,
LeBron.
he's definitely the best power forward. If he's a power
Anthony
Maybe
forward
Davis.
now, he's the
maybe
best in the league.
80 if they put him at power forward. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know.
If we,
LeBron or AD if either of them are at
Yeah.
power forward in the West.
Maybe Kawhi if he still has that. He's a small
What
forward.
you mean,
small
Draymond
forward,
Green,
yeah.
bro?
Draymond Green.
Bro, I'm not even putting Draymond on top 10, bro. Scoring wise, motherfucking nowhere near. Everything else wise, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Defense wise, yeah.
Defense,
Um,
playmaking, sure. Scoring,
I do think
garbage.
Cat will thrive if he can perform with his shots.
Yeah.
I just still like so many other teams other than the
No,
Wolves.
I looked at the Western Conference. It's me realizing how messed up it all
It's
is.
like honestly, I think the Nuggets are like the sleeper team because everyone forgot how good they were when they were all
Mhm.
healthy. Like the Nets
I,
are gonna be, barring obviously the health of everybody, really good next season.
it's sad because like I definitely put Nuggets above Mavs this season with
Yeah.
their if they
They
stay
also brought in
healthy.
Bruce Brown. Like that's just another good player for
And
them.
if the Nuggets actually stay healthy, then I mean, the Mavs could be a play-in.
I mean, overall, I think the Mavs did get. I don't know if I would say like worse, but like they definitely didn't do anything to improve themselves.
That's why I'm saying they could be a play-in here.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of teams, I mean, like the Clippers,
Hmm.
the Lakers, I hope aren't going to do nearly as bad again.
Yeah, but
I
you
mean,
never
like,
know with that,
yeah,
to
you
be
don't.
honest.
It's literally just injury.
Yeah. The
It's injury related, in my
And
opinion.
I think the Clippers, or not the Clippers, the Lakers' path to success is trying to get Russell Westbrook to be the sixth man and run the bench. Because, like, imagine Russell Westbrook playing against your second unit. Like, he would actually thrive. Like, he could run that offense. It's just with him and AD and LeBron all on the same court, it just doesn't seem to fit, you know? Like, he,
They would need to figure it out.
yeah. But
The
I don't
fact that
think
they've been
he's
in the
willing
game,
to do that.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch
Um,
if he stays.
just- I don't the Wool. I just think they gave up a lot, but they also got a really good player in return. So like I'm kind of on the fence of what this actually does for them because they gave up a lot of people, but they also got arguably like a top 30 player. I don't know, like 30, 40 area, like because his defense is just so astounding that it boosts him up there really high. Um, but any final thoughts on the Wolves? On what the topics that we were talking?
I'm in a lot of, I want to say confusion, but I just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean
can't really put a
It's wild. The Western Conference, assuming people stay healthy, is going to
it's
be a
right.
very intense conference.
Mhm.
A
Yeah.
very intense conference.
Um. So
Unlike the Eastern.
flipping to the East, um, the Sixers, James Harden took a massive pay cut to stay with the team. I think his salary. He's basically said he'll take whatever's left after they sign, or like get like whatever's left after they pay people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
I think when people start to get a little older, they want some rings, and
Yeah.
Harden still doesn't have one, does he?
No,
Nope.
he doesn't. And they also brought in PJ Tucker, which is a really good addition for
So the
Yeah.
them.
fact that he still doesn't have one, I mean, he's 32, bro. He's got to get that ring soon.
And hopefully, like they still said last season, he was still dealing with that hamstring injury. It was still bothering him. So hopefully he comes back and like is
I got faith in Harden.
full health.
I
Like
believe.
I feel like he can do better than what he did at the end of last season. Like I still think that he has some of that stuff that made him so great left in him.
Hmm.
Maybe not to like the same extent of averaging 30 a game, but like I still think he could get you like 20,
Well, he
25 a
doesn't
game.
need to with Embiid all the
Yeah.
time.
I mean, he's the second option. He kind of,
If he averages 25, like I'm pretty sure he
yeah,
could,
Yeah.
he'll be
yeah, he
fine.
could, yeah, he could average 25.
I think it's a good move. I think it's the mature move from Harden. Which
Yeah.
It surprised me, to be honest,
Yeah.
It's
but
like, I mean, he's already made that bag.
Yeah.
I feel like
easily.
it's
Houston
not,
gave him that a long
yeah,
time ago.
And
and
it's
then the Nets
surprising.
also gave him that.
It's surprising how rare that is. Like you have someone who's that good, who's made a lot of money. Just you go, you know what? I'll take less money.
That's what kills me.
That's what Dame should be doing.
Yeah. He shouldn't even be on the Blazers. But that's
Yeah,
beside
that's
the
my
point.
thing.
I
I don't
give it-
even think he should be on the Blazers.
I give it
think
two
he needs.
seasons and Dame is out. I give it 2 seasons.
What makes you think it's any different than the first 32 years?
I don't know. I
Or
don't.
whoa.
32 years.
Yeah, I just knew he was 32.
I just
But
feel like it won't be his decision unless he has a no trade clause.
I'm pretty
how
sure
long has he
does.
been on there? Like 10
He
years?
he's since he got drafted. So
Kobe was still
probably,
good when he went there when he started.
Yeah, I think he got drafted in 11, right? He got drafted in
I
11.
think so. Yeah, I can look.
So 11 years now.
11 years now. Which they did have some decent runs. They came close a couple times ish.
He went
Prime
to
LaMarcus
2012.
Aldridge was built different.
Yeah,
Only
but
10 years.
So 10
just-
years now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think that he's trying to save something that just isn't worth saving anymore
Mhm.
in the Blazers.
I don't know. He's just been there a decade, and the fact that
Yeah.
he resigns on the decade mark, I mean, like that's.
For another what? 5 years.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
So he's
I think
gonna be.
he added another 2-year
I
extension.
mean, Dame Lillard's
this offseason.
career is basically over. If we're gonna be honest
Yeah,
here.
like I don't know how he got the All NBA 75 team. Like, I get he's really good, but I don't know about a top 75 player of
I
all time.
just think they were like based off. You know what? We got to get one guy in this list who all he does is straight hoop. Hasn't got proved anything in his career. All he does is hoop. And they're like, you know what? We'll give it to Lillard. I mean, that's
I
like
would
the
have
I mean,
gave it.
I
I would have
I
gave it to
do
Clay
think
over
y'all
Lillard.
aren't. I do think y'all aren't like valuing the fact that not being able to play on a team that can support you as well as he's had to struggle with, and yet he's still doing quite well. You know.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just also now it's like it's his team. You're like, you know
Hmm.
what? Just do whatever you want.
Exactly, but that's my point. Is like if it's considered his team, that's
Yeah.
wild. Now, I wouldn't put him top 50. That's not what I'm saying. But top 75, I'm not really that against.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
now it's top 75 all time.
I
Like,
know.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I'm saying that.
upset that like he made it, but
Yeah.
like I just feel like there's people who deserved it more than him. Like Clay.
I
Like
don't put Clay over him.
I just feel like Clay has
Accolade wise,
the
sure.
accolade wise.
Well,
But
sure.
skill wise, which is what like also the list is kind
Yeah.
of going off. You know,
Mhm.
because accolades wise, you could put a lot of dudes who
Didn't
should be
they
up
also
there.
leave Kyrie off of that
Yeah,
list?
I
Yeah.
will say if you're basing it off accolades or rings,
Steve Kerr and Boris Diaw should be on that
easily,
list. But like,
easily
I would
Lillard
have
is
give
not in the
Kyrie
top
that
75.
spot. Yeah.
But
Even based off of skill, I think. But anyway, moving on. Um, we're gonna get to one of our other topics that we're gonna go through our three winners and our three losers in our opinions of free agency. So why don't you go? Who wants to start?
do you want to do like we each do a winner?
We each do one and then rotate. We each do a winner until we finish winners, and then we
Yeah.
each do a loser.
okay.
So for my first winner, I have the Sixers. I think PJ Tucker, big addition, and I think getting Harden at such a cheap price just allows them to do a lot more. And I think that that really puts the Sixers up a little bit. And I think that it was just a really good offseason for them in total, like in general. They didn't
Okay.
really lose anybody big. They got PJ Tucker, James Harden took a massive pay cut
Mhm.
overall. I think really good.
Well, I do also have them on my list, but I'll put someone else just to be different. I'll put DeAndre Ayton as my number one winner. Cause I mean, the man secured the bag.
Yeah.
He's
And
playing.
he stayed on the
He
Suns.
stayed on the Suns, which I mean, he said he didn't want to, but I mean, you're still gonna have a chance every season now, as long as
Yeah.
everyone stays to compete. Because I feel like he's one of maybe the only players on the list that's
Yeah.
as a W.
Everyone who got a max contract.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, both of those I had also thought of, but I'll be different as well. I'd say the Clippers are winners, getting Wall.
Mm-hmm.
That
John
was
Wall
one
is
of
a
mine.
big addition. um, I mean, there's no doubt like Clippers are top 4 team in the West now, easily, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I'd put them like top two, honestly, roster wise.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll go on to my next winner. I have the Celtics. I think adding Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari,
Yeah.
yeah, without losing anybody, just makes a finals roster even better. Like
Mhm.
they just got better and they made it to the finals. And
Yeah,
I think-
Brogdon was a really big pickup. For
Yeah,
them.
I'm not gonna lie. Now that Tatum has finals experience too, like
Mhm.
Boston might take it this
I
year.
just think Boston just did more to elevate them even further than
I
they were
know.
already
That's what I'm
at.
saying. I think
Um,
Boston takes it this year.
And now they
That's my
have a
hot
full
take.
year with the new coach under a belt, so they're just gonna get
Mhm.
even better.
I mean, they literally got experience to the
Mhm.
max extent essentially, and they only got new and improved players. Like,
Yeah. All right, Joaquin.
should be good.
I think a W. I think you might think it's controversial, but I really, in the way I see basketball and the way I think these two would work together, I think the Mavs are W. Yes, they lose Jalen Brunson, but I think that's better for Luka because now he could just top of the floor do whatever the fuck he wants. You don't have to worry about Brunson occupying the other half, right? And he's gonna have Christian Wood now, who is he proved himself as being a really good big, and he's not being the number one guy, right?
I had the Mavericks as one of my losers.
I have him as W because I think I really like the big man with a dominant like guard. I really
Hmm.
like that matchup, as like just like chemistry wise. I think they could work really well because I mean Christian Wood obviously is going in there knowing that Luka's that dude,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now your Luka is gonna just play Luka ball, but he's gonna like
Hmm.
if he ever drives down to the paint, you could just hand it off to Christian Wood or throw it
Hmm.
top of the key. Christian Wood can shoot. Instead of have someone like Jalen Brunson who kind of like now it avoids a lot less standing around when you have
Yeah.
a big man and someone like Christian Wood who proved himself so far to
Hmm.
be a pretty good player. So I feel like for me personally, that's a W for them. I just think it works better with their play styles.
Yeah. Definitely. Sean.
Um, hot take. I think, and this is kind of like a double whammy. The
Hmm.
Sixers for re-signing Harden at that cheap of a price, like
Hmm.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Harden is like has the mental of he wants to win clearly
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is a big W, not just only for him in my opinion, but for the entire team of the Sixers. I mean, the fact that they can afford more to get a better team potentially is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if they get like another good guard for Embiid in the paint. Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of possibilities with the amount of like with the cap that they have now because of Harden.
yeah, I
Um.
I love that the Sixers have that potential. We'll just see if they can make something of it. That's all.
Um. My last winner, I had the Clippers, but another one since we already went into the Clippers. I actually have the Pelicans. I think being able to get Zion, like there was a lot of rumors even before he got drafted that he didn't want to be on the Pelicans, and signing him to a long-term contract, even at the price, like he got the
Mm-hmm.
bag, but like keeping Zion is gonna be a W. Like he's just what that franchise, he is the franchise right now, and being able to lock him up for 5 more years, just a really good move in my eyes.
I agree. I agree with
Yep.
you.
Okay.
Um, I guess another W. I mean, you guys mentioned earlier, which was everyone getting maxes. All the young guys getting the max, besides Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal. We'll get into them later. But like
We
you
got
got Ja,
Garland,
Zion, like they all
Garland,
who?
yeah, Garland.
Yeah, Garland. Like they're all getting the bag now, and they're all
Didn't
very
Levine
good.
also get the bag?
Who?
Zach Levine, he also got the bag,
Yes,
right?
he
Yeah,
also
he
got the
did. He did.
bag.
Which that was actually surprising. I thought he was gonna
Yeah.
leave.
I thought he was gonna leave as
But
well.
those are also all very good for those guys
I
because
mean,
now they're secured, and I'm liking this new era now. It's where you got these young guys who are gonna build up with these teams now, and now
Hmm.
we're gonna have like set teams from now on.
Yeah.
No more moving around for big.
For
I mean,
now.
for now at
For
least. And
now.
people are gonna move around no matter what, but there's gonna be some guys who are gonna. This is their team, and so it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun to watch these teams develop and see what they can. I guess they can do now with these young guys who made millions of dollars.
Millions. Um, all right. Sean, you got another one?
um, I mean, I okay. This is kind of not another one yet. I wanted to
Yeah.
mention this though. I'm not that surprised Levine stayed. Bulls have treated him well.
I mean, yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
have.
The Bulls have literally catered to essentially his every fucking need, man. Bulls are a good team to be on
Hmm.
overall, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, um, not really, not the one that hasn't been said. Like being unique here is
I
being
mean,
tough.
if we're out of them, we can just move on
Yeah, I'm down to
if you
move
want that.
on.
So we're gonna go to our losers, and I think my first one is gonna be the Hornets. I think what happened with Miles Bridges is very unfortunate, and I think Melo's gonna have way too much on his shoulder now. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have basically the entire load of the offense on his shoulders, which it is possible he deals with that well. But I don't know if he's there yet. And the Hornets overall, they were playing team 2 years in a row, got smacked 2 years in a row, and they're supposed to be making those steps to get better, and they just got worse.
Yeah.
And the new coach question marks, who we don't know if he's gonna be good yet.
I thought they kept the same guy.
No, they fired him after the play-in, I think,
Then they
and hired
rehired
some.
him. I thought.
Oh, dead ass.
I think so because they're like, well, we can't because they had a guy and then he bailed out to join. It was Kenny Atkinson. They hired Kenny Atkinson, who's a Warriors assistant coach, and he bailed out because they won. So he was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here and keep helping. And then pretty sure they
Yeah,
re-signed that guy. I remember seeing a thing. He was like, he's happy to run it back with MJ.
I think. No, they got a new coach. They hired Steve Clifford.
I thought they rehired the same guy. Never mind then.
Yeah, because that he wasn't their coach last year. But I just think they're gonna fall back into below the play-in. I think they can maybe make the play-in, but not with their roster right now, especially with Miles Bridges not obviously playing for them anymore
Mm-hmm.
after what happened. And I just think that it's just really bad situation for them right now.
I agree. I agree that.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel bad because they looked
yeah.
so fun last year, and then all of a
hmm
sudden, it's just a lot of their key guys. Well, mainly just Miles Bridges just
hmm
decided, yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore, which sucks.
Yeah.
My so far, not I want to say biggest L, but a L for me so far, and this one's kind of personal, is the Warriors
I
because
have them as
they've
well.
lost almost every single key bench player,
Yeah.
and they haven't had anybody. So like, I don't really know what we're thinking as an organization.
hmm
Like all these guys were very key to winning the championship and
I mean,
getting
you
us to
can't
the
pay
championship.
everybody
You
though.
can't, but you can sign at least the ones that need. Like Gary Payton definitely deserved to stay,
Yeah.
even on a minimum. He definitely
hmm
deserved to stay. We lost Toscano Anderson, who I mean he was a key bench player, but well he
Us.
wasn't a big loss. We lost Damian Lee. That was
We
a big
lost Otto
loss.
Porter as
Lost
well.
Otto Porter, which was probably the biggest loss so far because he was very good in the role he had to play for us.
hmm Very
And
good.
so now, yes, we have James Wiseman coming back, and we're probably going to re-sign Wiggins, but it's to the fact of okay, yeah, you got these really good starting five, but if your
hmm
bench unit is non-existent, now your starting five is going to be tired a lot more later into the game because they're playing a lot more minutes. I mean, shot selection is going to get worse and more fatigue on them, no matter how professionally and well trained these guys are. So it's just like it's leaving me questioning now
Yeah.
because now I'm really worried about how. Because I mean, a lot of this team was the depth. That was the big
hmm
part of the depth. Like,
That
yeah,
was
Steph played insane. Wiggins like showed up. Clay was starting to come back. But now you had these guys who come off the bench. I mean, you saw
no
Jordan Poole
Draymond.
too. You saw Jordan Poole and Draymond and Wiseman and Looney and all these guys. But just,
One bright thing is that they have Wiseman coming back this year.
that's a big
I think
plus.
that's like the
And I'm
silver
pretty sure we've
lining.
secured Poole for another couple of
Yeah.
years. So yeah, these are good, but
hmm
it's just you need a good bench in the NBA in any
Yeah.
sport really, and just not having that really it shuts down the availability to be creative with your lineup, I guess, which
Definitely.
is important.
All right, Sean.
My first one's gonna be based off more rumors than anything because nothing's official on this team yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, no matter if they lose either of them, the Nets are gonna lose if they obviously
Yeah.
lose Kyrie or KD.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big loss for the
Also
Nets.
depends on what they get back in
Yeah,
return.
and I just don't think it'll match
Yeah.
the loss. I mean, like
hmm
whoever gets traded, assuming someone gets traded, I know this is based off rumors, but still, it'll
Um.
just be a big L
Yeah.
for the Nets,
Definitely.
realistically.
I also had the Warriors for one of my losers, but since we already discussed that, I'll go on to my next one. I have the Knicks. Um, I
Yeah,
really, I really don't like the Jalen Brunson contract at all,
I agree.
and that doesn't
I
it doesn't move the
agree.
needle at them, and they just
Mm-mm.
stay mediocre at
If anything,
best.
they move back.
Um, they, I think he makes them a little bit like they don't move, it wasn't moving back, but it also doesn't nudge them forward. Like they can fight for a play-in at most, in my opinion. But with the Knicks, I just don't really think that that's good. Okay, we have to speed it up. We're almost out of time.
Yeah, I mean, I said the Knicks as well. That would be one of my other choices.
hmm
Um, honestly, if we're gonna look at and the Nets are also one of my choices. Not that many losers
Yeah.
so
I
far.
uh, I also thought of the Heat or to be determined I have a
Yeah.
couple to be determined. I have the Jazz, the Nets, the Heat, and
Oh, the
Hawk.
Jazz.
I have
Jazz
the
are a loser.
Hawks as well
There
as
we go.
being a to be determined.
I'd put the Jazz
Um,
as a loser, to be honest, because I mean they lost Gobert. They added
but
a
they
bunch
got
of.
so much back in return
They
for
got
him.
a lot of back, but they got like a lot of
Yep.
dudes who won't really do too
Like if
much
they
right
go,
now.
I say if they go, they
Yeah, but they
trade
got
Mitchell.
building.
I say if they trade Mitchell, they'll have enough to where they're not a loser, and they have enough to build for a future.
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah, but the Jazz got
Jazz.
building blocks. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
All
know.
right.
There's not too many losers. A lot of just to be determined, like you said.
Yeah. So final topic. It wasn't on the sheet. We're just gonna do a quick. I have two people for would you rather's. For fun.
Okay.
So this one's gonna be Jason Tatum edition. So
Okay.
Jason Tatum or whatever player I say.
Okay.
So Kawhi,
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Paul George,
Tatum.
Tatum, yeah.
Ja,
Tatum.
Tatum.
Just off experience.
Devin Booker,
Tatum.
Tatum, probably. Yeah.
Trey Young,
Tatum.
Tatum.
Luca,
Luca.
Luca, yeah.
DeMar DeRozan.
Tatum.
Tatum.
Okay, and then Kyrie.
Tatum.
Kyrie.
Okay.
Well,
So
Kyrie, if he doesn't do some really stupid
No,
shit again.
doesn't beat Kyrie.
Yeah, like I guess I literally have to say it doesn't beat Kyrie, so I might as well just say Tatum.
and then
Kyrie, if he actually fucking plays.
Jimmy Butler.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's kind of the hardest, actually.
Yeah, that's the hardest one. I like that though. I'm gonna say Jimmy. How he performed and everything, I'm gonna say Jimmy.
I gotta give it to JT, but that's just my opinion.
No,
I
it's-
don't know
it's
on
the-
that one, dude.
It's the closest one you said. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real. I can
go
you could
either way.
convince me.
I can
You
really
could
go either
convince
way.
me.
I think
Yeah.
my next one is gonna be a little bit closer for most of them. Because he's more in like the middle, and Jason Tatum's more at the high end where there's not as many.
Mhm.
Jason Tatum or LeBron, right now.
Right
I'm going
now,
LeBron.
Tatum.
I'm going LeBron. Just because it's fucking LeBron James, you know?
No, the only reason why I'm saying Tatum right now is what LeBron got 2 more years.
Who knows, dog?
I mean,
at this
we've been
point?
saying that for like not.
Well, no,
maybe
no,
for
but
like
like
a
he
minute.
mentioned he's gonna like stop once his son plays.
Yeah.
Well, he said once his son plays, he's going to play with him for a year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but like 1 year and then he's gonna stop.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, like 2, 3 more years max.
Well, this is like for next, like right now for next season, not like future based.
I would take LeBron. Because you know LeBron's going to be good. It's just, it really
Man,
depends
the
now.
only reason, in my opinion, this is hard for me is like the team matters too much. Like
Yeah.
solo player,
Yeah.
like LeBron can make any team good, is what I'm saying. But like if you're putting it with specifically the rest of the Celtics, I'm still gonna say Tatum.
I don't know. If I put LeBron in the Celtics, I feel like that'd be a really nasty team.
All right.
I just don't think he does as well as Tatum. I think Tatum's kind of like a foundation for them at this point.
All right. I'm gonna move on to the next one. This is gonna be Darius Garland.
Tatum.
So not no.
Oh,
like,
sorry,
No.
sorry.
Darius Garland or Levine.
Oh,
Garland.
I'm gonna say Levine. That's hot take,
yeah,
probably.
I'm gonna
maybe.
take Jamal Murray. Like all full healthy Jamal Murray. I gotta go Garland on this
I'm gonna say Garland as well. Actually,
Yeah, I'll say Garland.
one. LaMelo.
Mello.
LaMelo, yeah.
I'm on the opposite of that one for y'all.
That's fine.
Fred VanVleet.
Garland.
Garland. I mean, Van Vliet, don't get me wrong, he's a dog, but
Garland just
Yeah.
Garland can be a star player on a team.
yeah.
Brandon
franchise.
Ingram.
Ingram.
Ingram, yeah.
Drew Holiday.
Ooh. I take Drew. I take Drew.
too, because
Um,
Drew
I
can
take
lock it
Drew.
up and he can score.
Yeah, Drew's just an overall good player. Like insane good player.
Jaylen Brown.
Ooh. Jaylen Brown. That's what I'm putting.
Yeah, I put Jalen Brown.
He
Pascal.
proved his worth.
Pascal.
I got Garland on that
I got
one.
Garland on that one too, actually.
Um, Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal,
Beal, yeah.
100%.
Um, SGA.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go Garland, but not by a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Garland, but could be persuaded.
Yeah,
And then my
Like
last one for Garland, Clay.
Clay.
Clay, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's what I have for Would You Rather's.
Those
And
were
I think,
fun.
Yeah, I like those.
all right, I'll start making those more. Well, you don't have infinite people, but I'll try to do at least one an episode, make a list for one. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. Any final thoughts or any last words?
No, nothing really.
All right.
Not really. No.
We should have a football episode coming out Thursday. We're gonna start doing predictions for the NFL season because
Yep.
we're getting about a month out before the preseason starts. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok and Twitter. We're on Spotify, iTunes, and have a great rest of your day.
Adios.